Guys, welcome to Murphy Time. Today we have Chris Murphy with us, with me.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm very good, thanks. I want to introduce you to him because I just resonate in a way with his story. When he was a shy person, right? And
Yeah.
he's still shy. I think we're all shy still, even if we've managed to push, ourselves and to, let's say, manage our emotions in a way that we don't get all panicky when something happens or when we push ourselves. So, can I ask you a few questions?
Sure. Go for it.
Good, thanks. So, would you like to introduce yourself a little bit?
So I'm Chris Murphy. I'm a life strategist. So it's a story of how I started. I wasn't very confident. I was really shy, as you pointed out. And then I just went out there and I interacted with a lot of people. I pushed myself to do things like stand-up comedy, acting, all these things that were massively out of my comfort zone. And then I started to grow and then I started to realize what I had to develop. And I think I was pretty insecure. I really wasn't happy in general. And I just felt alive. And then I felt like doing all this stuff, worked on myself for a year. Everyone would say I'd completely changed as a person. So after about a year, I thought I want to share this with everyone and I want everyone to make the same thing. And for the last 3 years, I've been helping other people, really focusing on helping guys. And the common thing that always came up was dating, and I like to be quite straight to the point when guys are like, look, I want to meet women, so I thought I'd help them out with that, focus on helping them develop more as men. But then my message is more, I guess, for the millennial generation of, we have these fears from our parents of, you can't do this and you can't do that, and you should care about what people think. And I think that's why we like this idea of going up to people on the street and speaking to them and giving out hugs and you feel like freedom. And I think the more your communication skills improve, like, it wasn't just to improve my dating life, I think everything improved, and now I feel like I really what I want out of life. So it's been a life-changing experience. So I'm doing that, I'm building a community in London. I've been doing it for a while, and I've just doing other stuff, bungee jumps, and just getting inspirational people.
And more. And more to come.
Anything.
So something that you said about I want to share it with people, I think that's exactly the feeling you get when you have a big transformation. And I think that's exactly what's happening to him, what's happening to me, and what's happening to a lot of people that is actually sharing their life or sharing their experience. Because guys, if we can, you can, that's for sure. This is guaranteed, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you felt, but for me it was like very much like really difficult. And I wanted to ask you also, what is your why, or why did you start pushing? What was the motivation behind it? How did you know this was going to help? So what was the why?
I think I got to that point where I was just like, I have to do something. And I think with everyone who normally comes to me, some of them are on the brink, but I was just gonna keep doing it.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like enough.
I feel it was a place of frustration. I did want a girlfriend, and then it was always, I'm gonna build a social circle first. I'm gonna get loads of money. I'm gonna do this, and then I thought, I'm just gonna focus on improving my dating life. And then there was this thing where you could get pushed out to speak to women in the day, and I did that. And then I just started doing a lot of other things, but I think the why was, I just wasn't really happy with my life. And I think definitely for a good 2 years, like every single day, I was really happy all the time because I was growing and I was becoming more confident and I was becoming that person that I wanted to be. People seen me in about a year and I completely changed. Like, you speak to anyone and they said it was unbelievable, and I tell people what I did and they still don't believe me, and they refuse to do it. So if you're brave, do what we tell you to do and you will change.
Definitely, and the thing is, it's much easier to say I don't need that. It's much easier to say I don't need that. I don't need that job. I don't need that experience. Or I don't need to push my comfort zone to grow because it's easy. Like that's what our tendency, like our brain is gonna go like, no, I don't need that, because obviously it's not easy. It's not, it's not something that is pleasure, right? It's actually hard. So I was unhappy. He said I was unhappy. I was unhappy with my situation, and sometimes we start doing things. We take massive action in, like as you said, maybe I want to increase my social circles, or I want to go to more events. But it's always about you, really. Like, you can go to so many social events, you can go to so many meetings, and if you don't push that fear of doing something or opening up or sharing something, then there's no change. You can be in very social scenarios, but nothing happens. And it's not because the place is shit or because the people there is not nice. It's always you, how you project yourself to others. So I think that's what you learn when you actually go and do different things. You cannot do what you're doing all the time if you're not getting any results, if you're not feeling differently about it, if you're not enjoying your life, right? And what was one of the biggest challenges that you had to go through?
Biggest challenge.
Maybe it was I think, right? Macarena.
Yeah, I think in the bit, probably two things. I think in the beginning, I think once you've done an experience like this, I think it's to carry on. Because most of the people I've taught, they give up, and it's understanding. It's getting, because for example, like when I was going out and speaking to loads of women, I think in the beginning you get a lot of rejections. You get a lot of girls that don't text you back. For example, I found, and it was the drive to keep going. But that wasn't. I think it was always to become that more confident person. But I think the second struggle was probably when I started my own business, and I think to make that leap and into the unknown. But I think I probably got a bit comfortable for a while, because going up and speaking to people after a while, as crazy as it sounds, it's quite easy. And although it's
you get used to, right?
Yeah. I mean, you need to warm up. Maybe the first one's a bit like, but yeah, to make that leap, and you don't know if you're going to make enough money and all of that, which you've probably been through something similar. I think that was probably the hardest thing, because, like I say, most businesses fail definitely in the first year, 90% of them, I think. So
after 3 years, we're still here, right?
We're still here. We're still out doing videos.
I don't know how, guys.
But that's what I mean. Is I feel like I'll never give up, and I think that is the most powerful thing. I've never for one day thought about giving up doing what I'm doing, and I think if someone will never give up, that is the most powerful thing. So I think people need to really find that root cause as to why. So I like to ask a lot of questions, and then they say they want to be more confident. Why do you want to be more confident? And you keep asking until you get to the root. I think Tony Robbins does this kind of thing in his seminars, where and then you find that trigger point, and once you get there, they will always remember that, and that's when they'll never give up.
You need to go deep. You cannot just say, I want that to get more girls. Why do you want more girls?
I feel like my biggest fear is probably just not having my freedom to do what I want. So I feel like even if I worked in an office for a day, I would feel like it would be like being in jail, because I just don't. I like to have the freedom to do what I want. Like every day, I can plan my day out and do what I want. The more I've done, it's like a life journey, and I ask all these questions, and then you find out. Look, I always like to solve problems. I thought I was good at maths and all this stuff, but I like to solve life problems. I've always liked to help people. I've always liked to be on the stage and performing in some level. So speaking, and essentially what I'm doing now.
What is your message to the world? If now the whole world was hearing you, what would you say? Now his brain is like, ugh!
Yeah. Hi world.
Yeah, cool, perfect.
That's what I want to say.
So
I want the world to be, well, I feel like I'm always quoting people like Will Smith or someone, but essentially it is to, it's to give value. I mean, I've just found out who I am, and I feel it is to give as much value as possible, and the more people I can influence, the better. But it'd be more to give people the freedom to live the life they want on their terms, and to find out what their unique talents are, because every single person in the world has a unique skill, unique talent that only them are going to be able to deliver at full potential, right? So if they can find out what that is, so this starts off as confidence. You go in there, you want to be a better person, you want to stop worrying what people think, but once you get past that point, once you improve your communication skills and you really find out a lot more about yourself, then you can work on fine-tuning everything. And I think we realise that our time is limited, so we spend our time doing the most things enjoy it. So perhaps if you're dating for a while, you eventually find out that you probably get bored of that, and then you just want a relationship, and you find out that you want to spend the most of your time spending it with a person that you're most likely to connect with, because that's the whole point of dating, in my opinion. And then then you spend the rest of the time doing the stuff that you love doing.
What inspired you?
I think my granddad was my inspiration. He always told me I could do what I want to do, and I think when you're young and you're a kid and your beliefs really settle in, you remember that, and I think that's essentially it is. I feel like I did have a happy upbringing, and then I was introduced to the world, and I realised it wasn't a happy place, and I was bullied, and I was low in confidence. But you remember the earlier messages that your family give you, and I believe that's what's staying inside me, and it's to do with yeah, to do personally, I think it is genetic. But at the same time, people, how many times have you seen people who've been in a real like terrible situation and turned it into a positive? You know, I'm just like the same situation as most people, but I just decided to do something about it. So do something about it.
Yay!
Yeah.
And last question, what makes you happy?
Spending time with people.
Yay.
I realized that the last year I spent a lot of time by myself, working on my business, or just having the freedom to just wake up every day and have nothing planned, and then I just quickly realized you gotta run stuff, and I made all the mistakes. And yeah, and I feel as well just enjoying every moment, which I think is with people. I think you want the goal, and you feel like I'm only going to be happy when I get this or get that, and get this and get that. I've done that so many times, and I've just realised that if you're not happy at the moment chasing a goal, then that's not the goal you should be chasing, or you should be enjoying it. So if you want to become more confident by doing the crazy stuff we do in the street, then as long as that's making you happy, then you'll enjoy getting to that goal of become more confident.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. That
No
was
problem.
really inspirational.
Yep,
I hope you guys like this. If you like it, please thumbs up. There's a like button somewhere
What if
here.
they don't like it?
If you
I
don't
might not
like
do an
it,
interview
make
then.
sure you don't click anything, alright?
Yeah, don't dislike.
Don't dislike it.
For all you trolls out there.
So you can do whatever you want.
There's one guy who always dislikes all my videos, so he's probably found.
Yeah? Oh no.
If I ever find him,
Guys.
you know, meet me here. Okay, alright, goodbye.
Subscribe.
Bye.